Hello, JB. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Is my headphone on?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
We're doing hand warmers right now.
All right, cool.
So I got that EverDrive.
The EverDrive
I got the
for that
EverDrive.
64 swag.
Yes. So I've been doing 64 bi-weeklies for the past few months.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, Brentos.
Got another bi-weekly tomorrow.
Did you play with Brentos at all?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I know.
I was contemplating bringing my setup. We'll talk about that in between sets.
Yeah,
right now we have Dawn versus Phorcys.
And this is actually winner's semis.
Yes.
That's intriguing. So
winner's semis.
I'm assuming that means that Dawn is probably on the other side of winner's semis, or
so Dawn had to beat Dakpo to get here. Dawn had to beat Dakpo to get here.
Wow.
He 2-0'd Dakpo.
That's impressive.
Meta Knight versus Game & Watch. And it's not like it's a matchup that Dakpo doesn't know, because he used to play Infinity very often when Infinity used to come out a little bit more.
This is true, but one thing that I noticed right off the bat whenever I'm looking at Dawn and his playstyle in particular is he is incredibly aggressive, right?
Yes.
It's overwhelming, even as a spectator, just to see just how aggressive at times he can really be. And I know that, especially the last Battlegrounds, at times that proved to be a detriment to him. But I think that since then, it's been a bit more refined. That sword has definitely been under the metal.
He did work at Farmers Fight 3 2 months ago. I played him in pools today. I actually did pretty well against him, but I will attest that his pressure is on point.
And especially for Phorcys, the name of the game is trying to make it so that Dawn's pressure is mitigated while simultaneously putting on as much pressure as he really can. And I think Squirtle is a slippery enough character where he might be able to avoid some of the hits. But as we're seeing right now, that Nair going right into the Dimensional Cape, if Dawn even gets an opening, he's going to be all over Phorcys. But Phorcys...
So the way this matchup's going to roll a little bit, see, Phorcys is going to try to control the ground quite a little bit. But anytime Phorcys tries to go with that air, Meta Knight's aerials are going to take precedence. Meta Knight also has that disjoint. Meta Knight's Nair is going to break through, it's strong enough to break through some of Squirtle's lighter armor. Phorcys definitely has an uphill battle in terms of matchup, I would think. That's the way I'm calling it.
So I guess we can definitely think that whenever it comes to the air combat, then it's Dawn's realm.
Yes.
So that means for Dawn, if we're looking specifically from the framework of Dawn, he needs to deal with this Squirtle on the ground wherever it has all these different movement options. Yep. And he's done a masterful job so far. Very nearly taking the stock with the Dimensional Cape. Phorcys, however, still able to hang in there. Gets a great throw.
And for every shuffle that I see Phorcys throwing out, just about all of them, I see Dawn stuffing them out. Dawn's stopping it with a forward air. He's stopping it with a nair. Or he's calling where he's going to be, and he's dimensional caping and punishing him for being where Dawn's expecting him.
And while Dawn has done a great job, I definitely want to shout out Phorcys' spacing, especially on that down tilt. It was immaculate. He was able to just get right through Dawn's defenses and get the kill. But now he's still down by quite a bit, though. His pretty slick combo so far is definitely going to help him as he goes into his final stock of this game.
Yeah. And once Phorcys gets Dawn in shield, like he's been doing a good job at crossing up and also being non-committal, just like that. Like he hasn't been getting punished too hard out of Dawn's shield.
And Phorcys, wow, he was down by almost
with the Aqua Jet.
Yeah, down almost the entire game, has actually managed to bring it back, and now we have a last stock situation. Phorcys, we talk about Dawn's aggression, but so far Dawn being forced to play defense finally finds the opening, gets another great Dimensional Cape, and this is going to grant him a good amount of stage control.
Well, Phorcys has definitely had the mental fortitude. Dawn had like almost a 2-stock advantage at one point, and this whole latter half of game 1, Phorcys has just been chipping away, winning one interaction at a time, one at a time, and then it builds up, and now he's in a spot where he's about to take it, possibly.
Doesn't have the percent lead, but has a great amount of ground to work with. Dawn, however, taking to the skies, because I think he feels very comfortable, as you mentioned before. But Phorcys, another great down tilt, and a beautiful, beautiful finish.
Incredibly even match, and Phorcys was turning up the heat, despite being a water type. Despite being a water type, he was turning up the heat there at the end.
Yeah, he just let out a smog of attacks.
Yes. It was steamy.
Yeah, definitely.
It was steamy all over Battlefield.
Yeah, so what was it that whenever I personally look back at the match, I feel like Don did such a great job in the early game. But as we
Yes.
got into the mid and especially in the late game, it was all about Phorcys. Like, he was able to kind of find his footing, play the game a lot more on the ground where he's comfortable,
Yes.
and really find some great openings.
That is what I saw. He slowed down with the shuffle aerials because he saw that Dawn was stuffing them out over and over and over again.
Right now it's just Phorcys stuffing out Don at this point. Nowhere really to run. Phorcys only at 27 as he takes stock 1 in about 30 seconds.
Calls him out right there next to the ledge. Now, this is where Dawn counterpicked me and pulls, and Dawn seemed to really like this stage for Meta Knight, but Phorcys is barely taking any damage here. And on paper, this isn't where you would expect a Squirtle player to feel very comfortable. Squirtles tend to like the very flat, stretched out horizontal stages where they have a lot of room to move around. But Phorcys is working working platforms.
He doesn't seem claustrophobic at all. In fact, he's actually using even these shrunken blast zones to make it so he can net some very early KOs. Which is going to be very useful, especially whenever he's going up against Don. So far, Don, he, like we said, really on point whenever it comes to playing offense, but he hasn't found that offense as he falls down another stock. Now he needs to make the comeback happen. Now he's in the hot seat.
Now, I was only expecting to see a kill from a fair off stage, but he barely tapped him with that bear, and as long as he got the edge guard, he got the stock. So good presence of mind from Phorcys.
Oh, Don had enough of that movement, drops from that platform, and stuffs it out. I love the down smash there as well, and Phorcys now finds himself with not too much ground to work at all, but it's enough ground to go and get that grab. And that was so important because with that single grab, I feel he was able to kind of reset positioning, at least for the moment, before Don gets right back into the fray. Wow.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Don was, I think, maybe trying to tech an oncoming aerial.
Yes.
And he air dodges when he should have. But at least he's able to even things up with the dimensional cape. But now it's him with the 1 stock deficit. Phorcys was able to do it previously. Let's see if Don can turn up the heat and really make a comeback of his own.
Okay, so that was good from Phorcys, just powering through. That's one of the few examples that I've seen Phorcys actually getting through with armor. But there's a little bit more armor. I mean, there's more armor on the side B than, say, his Nair or something like that.
Don, that was a phenomenal KO.
He had to go very high for that. His dimensional capes are just so impressive.
I think he's missed one, actually, in this entire set so far.
Yeah. And the ones that he did, it seems like he was intentionally using it for movement.
Maybe.
Like I said, going for the attack, I'm going to use the dimensional cape to go here or go here.
Well, while he's been making some great decisions on offense, when we're talking about defense, he doesn't have that many more hits he can really give up. From this point onwards, he really has to play perfectly. He's trying to go out for an edge guard, but Phorcys' recovery is proving to be a bit too much. Don! A recovery flub prevented a phenomenal comeback from coming all the way through, but he at least made it very close at the end.
Now we have Phorcys up 2-0.
Currently,
I have a hunch that
point.
Don might take it back, maybe? No, you don't? Okay.
I have a feeling Don.
No, you don't? I feel like Don's going to win 3-2. Okay.
And it looks like he is.
So that's one thing about the house commentary that Phorcys kind of alluded to. Some players aren't... So, for those of you in the stream, you can't really see our setup, but
sure
we are...
Here's my hand.
Yeah, there's his head. There's his head. So we're kind of slightly in their ear, and I hope it's not distracting them too much, but like when you're a competitor, when you're a good player...
I think if we took this, if we took this monitor and we put it right here and we turned around, then we'd be projecting our voices this way instead of that way.
That's true.
Especially given how these rooms are built, so that sound carries to this middle area. But maybe next time.
We've got a whole bunch of wires and stuff. I don't think we're really gonna move. But again, it's just something players have to work with sometimes. Like recently, there was that Battle of the Five Gods event at South by Southwest. They started off with house commentary because it's a like crowd/spectator event.
Yeah.
So like commentary was all over the the microphones and the speakers.
They really got to do it like they do at MLG. Whenever I worked with them, they had a really awesome setup where the players couldn't hear any of the sound, but the crowd could.
Oh,
that
so
was
like a
legit.
soundproof booth.
It was just I think where they positioned their speakers more than anything else.
Okay, that's really neat.
And that was really legit. Had a great time working with that team.
And
but you know, enough about the past. Let's talk about the present. Right now, Phorcys, a game away, or should I say a stock away. Don has had a couple of mishaps on recovery.
So it's
that
like
have
a
cost
weakened
him.
version of the Peach down smash. Like as Peach, I always use down smash to edge guard if they're not good at sweet spot. And that Squirtle down smash just chips him just enough to reset it. And with Meta Knight, like Meta Knight doesn't have a quick way to go upward. Because shuttle loop, you go up, but then you loop around and come back down.
Well, he didn't need a quick way to go up to go and take that stock straight to the heavens. Phorcys gets knocked down to 1, and Don, he's not out of this set yet.
Don takes the lead again.
Another great dimensional cape. That was so smart because it was a DI mix-up, right?
Yes.
The last time he was doing an up air string to lead into the shuttle loop afterwards to take him off the top. And that time by doing the dimensional cape, it was very likely that Phorcys was doing survival DI for a meteor KO, sorry, for a star KO. But instead it's a KO off of the side blast zone that's just aided, I think, by the DI that he was doing then. So beautiful, beautiful work.
Stock before, survival DI, and you get shuttle looped. The last stock, combo DI, you get dimensional caped.
Disgusting.
What is it? Catch 22. Catch 22. Lose-lose situation. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
And now Phorcys opts for a zone where he's going to have plenty of horizontal space to move around, like you mentioned.
This is the Squirtle counter pick.
Yeah. Pokemon Stadium, home field advantage for Phorcys. Let's see if he can bring this home, or if Greensleeves Don has something to say about it.
Oh, these up air strings are looking pretty nice. Almost analogous to the up air string. Oh, Aqua Jet takes it.
Wow.
From I think Don could have survived that with slightly different DI.
I was about to say, is anyone else surprised at that KO? I'm pretty surprised.
I was surprised, yeah. Don was hanging by a thread in the corner, but still finished out dying.
Well, let's see if Don can maybe finish the stock. Another phenomenal dimensional cape.
In my experience playing Squirtle and friendlies, only when there's the random button, Aqua Jet is hard to land.
Yeah.
You have to hold that side B, and you have to start the side B when you're touching them.
And it's also hard to land punishes on that F smash from Meta Knight, which is why I was so impressed by Phorcys. The timing that he did before he started his approach.
Such a huge hitbox, such little in lag. Honestly, not that much startup either.
Yeah, but that time ends up falling right into its clutches as Don evens up the stocks, but he's still so far behind as Phorcys looks prone to take another.
The sword looks so little, but in some moves, it's bigger than Marth's. In some animations, the hitboxes are bigger than Marth's sword. And
that's insane.
That is insane.
Oh, and so is that up smash.
The tournament winner, he called the jump off the ledge. Oh, no.
That had to be an executional error.
Throughout this set, Don's been having quite a few unfortunate moments off stage like that. Yeah. There have been multiple SDs from Don on this set.
It wouldn't be Battlegrounds if it wasn't Don in top 8 with a bunch of SDs. But either way, was been able to carry him. Oh,
okay.
The one time he misses the dimensional cape.
That was 5 or 6. There's 7.
It was enough.
It was enough.
It was more than enough.
Oh, that Meta Knight there. It's so good.
And Phorcys is just on the rush down Dawn. Fantastic.
He did not panic that time.
Yeah, that was such a smart decision to do the shuttle loop right then and there as well.
And that's an option that he has here that he did not have on Wario Land due to the walled parts of Wario Land.
You got to use all those different resources.
Yep.
Especially when you're down a stock like this.
But this Nair has been treating Don really well.
Don back on stage and hoping to get back into the driver's seat. He's looking pretty solid so far. I think he has a really great chance of at least bringing this down to the last stock, but it's going to be a matter of whether or not he can finish as strong as he is right now.
Phorcys definitely is not about to hand it over for free. Okay, I thought we were going to see another series of 15 or so nairs.
Wow, and Dawn again off stage.
Oh, okay.
Stuffing out the
So-
up smash attempt.
A little bit too televised from Phorcys.
Yeah,
Just
but
slightly too televised. So
I
good
mean-
reaction from Dawn.
I heard the sound.
Yes.
I heard the sound come
Yes.
out for it. It was so close. Oh. Dawn at 131 has to basically approach this stock without getting hit once.
And Phorcys does not have the need to really rush things too much.
Yeah,
He's
he-
in the lead.
He can play this at
Take
his,
his time. Hold center stage.
he can definitely play this at his own pace, but I feel like the type of player Dawn is, it's best to kind of make it so you're
Yeah,
playing
keep the
things at your
pressure
own.
on him.
Keep the pressure on it.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
rough stuff.
Dakpo and CK. Dakpo.